Back to our channel. Now we are going to start the cutaneous nerves. So mainly cutaneous nerves are present in the superficial fascia. So if you start opening the skin over it next, you'll get the superficial fascia, right? So in that superficial fascia, you'll find this cutaneous nerves. I'll explain each of them. Before that, we need to see some common points like from where this cutaneous nerve is coming. It's nothing but the continuation. So if you see here, it will be easy. So the cutaneous nerves are nothing but they are the continuation of the spinal nerves. So spinal nerves only continue themselves as the cutaneous nerves, and they mainly carry the sympathetic fibers to supply the sweat glands. So why sympathetic fibers are in this nerves? Because to supply the sweat glands. So arterioles in the dermis and erector pylorus muscles in relation to hair follicles. So to supply them also we need the sympathetic fibers. So sympathetic fibers are necessary for sweat glands, arterioles in dermis, erector pylorus muscles which are in relation to hair follicles. So what is the effect on sympathetic nervous system on skin? That is called as pseudomotor. What is pseudomotor? Nothing but increase in sweat secretion. So whenever you have, till now we are saying we need sympathetic supply for sweat glands, everything. So whenever on the skin there is sympathetic supply, there will be increasing in sweat secretion. And vasomotor is also, vasomotor means nothing but the narrow arterioles become narrow. When the arterioles become narrow, then that will also lead to narrowed arterioles means you can understand less blood flow. If arterioles dilate, more blood flow. So if arterioles narrow, less blood flow and high blood pressure, right? So high blood pressure is being stimulated by sympathetic nervous system. And pilomotor means to contract the erector pylorus and make the hair erect. You know, goosebumps, in that situation you can observe our erector pylorus muscle gets contracted mainly because of sympathetic nervous system. So nerve also carry the sensation of pain, touch, temperature, pressure. Yeah, nerve only just doesn't supply that muscle. It also carries the pain, touch, temperature, pressure, everything. So superficial veins are seen along the cutaneous nerves. We are going to deal about that superficial veins also in the next video. So they are also seen along the cutaneous nerves. So superficial veins, why they are present? Because they are utilized to give the IV transfusions, especially also used in cardiac catheterization and also taking the blood samples. So whenever you go to any lab, they take the blood sample mainly from the superficial veins, and also the IV transfusions can be given to the superficial veins. And the lymphatic vessels are not easily seen in dissection. So the lymphatic vessels are like transparent structures, they cannot be seen. So coming to the cutaneous nerve supply of upper limb, mainly we have 15 sets of cutaneous nerves to supply the upper limb. Out of this, only one set is supraclavicular. Other all are derived from our brachial plexus. So only the first set, that is the supraclavicular. You can see it's here. The supraclavicular, that is forming above the clavicle, and hence it is derived from the cervical plexus. But all other, and also you have one more exception, that is the intercostobrachial nerve, which is coming from the second intercostal nerve. So only these are the two exceptions, supraclavicular nerve and also intercostobrachial nerve. These are the two exceptions. We will see what they are, which part they are supplying. Remaining all others are direct branches of brachial plexus. So remaining 13 sets are by brachial plexus through musculocutaneous, median, ulnar, axillary, radial nerves. Some branch may also arise directly from the medial cord of brachial plexus. So each cutaneous nerve contains fibers from more than one ventral ramus of spinal cord, and each ramus may give fibers to more than one cutaneous nerve. So actually cutaneous nerve is not specific, it has more than one branch. Anesthetic area is surrounded by area in which the sensations are somewhat altered. So anesthetic area is the area where the sensations are altered there. So mainly in upper and lower limb, anterior nerves are wider. Always anterior nerves are wider, having the wider area of distribution when compared with those of posterior nerves. So always remember, anterior side nerves are having wider distribution when compared with the posterior side of the nerves. So this is about the 15 sets of cutaneous nerve. Now we will see each of this and we'll understand. So now we will start understanding each side. First we'll understand, you can see this is the anterior side. Anterior side is nothing but, now you can this side means palmar side. This is posterior side. Posterior side means back side, right? So let us see anterior side and posterior side which nerves are supplying. It's very simple. Okay, so first we'll start with supraclavicular. You can see here the name supraclavicular nerve. So supraclavicular nerve, its root value is nothing but C3 and C4. So if you see the root value C3, C4, you can easily identify that it's coming from the cervical plexus but not from the brachial plexus, right? So C3, C4, cervical plexus give rise to supraclavicular nerve. Here we'll write it down, the root values C3 and C4, right? So these are the root values for supraclavicular nerve. It's supplying the upper part of pectoral region of the skin and also over the upper part of deltoid. So you can see this is the deltoid muscle, right? So deltoid, and also for example here you have the chest area, right? Here you have the sternum, okay, for example. So the upper pectoral region and also upper deltoid is mainly supplied by supraclavicular nerve, which is coming from cervical plexus C3 and C4. This is a exception because it's not from the brachial plexus. Next, coming to intercostobrachial nerve, it is also an exception. You can see here intercostobrachial nerve. It is also an exception because it's not coming from the cervical plexus. Instead, it is coming from the second intercostal nerve, right? Second intercostal nerve. So its root value is T2. So we'll write down the root values so that it will be by means of root value you can easily find out it's an exception, because you can see supraclavicular is from C3, C4, so cervical plexus. Intercostal T2, T2 in the name itself you can see it's coming from thoracic nerves, right? Next, what it supplies, intercostobrachial nerve supplies the upper medial part. So we'll mention it, this is the medial side, right? How you can say it's medial side? Always remember little finger side is medial side and lateral side is always a thumb side. So medial side is always little finger side in the case of this side. Even in the opposite side also little finger side will be the medial side, right? So medial side is mainly supplied by a intercostobrachial nerve, right? And next we'll discuss about medial cutaneous nerve of arm. So medial cutaneous nerve of arm, its root value is T1 and T2. Medial cutaneous nerve of arm, root value is T1 and T2. So it's coming actually from the medial cord of brachial plexus. If you remember in my brachial plexus video, brachial plexus have three cords: lateral cord, medial cord, right? Posterior cord. In the medial cord, you will find this medial cutaneous nerve. It's very simple to remember because you can see here the word medial cutaneous, medial coming from medial cord. That's it. Its root values T1 and T2, right? Next you have the so what it's supplying, the medial, of course the medial side, right? It's supplying the medial, lower medial side of the arm, right? Upper medial side of the arm is supplied by intercostobrachial nerve. Its root value is T2. Lower side of the medial arm is supplied by medial cutaneous nerve of arm, that is root value is T1 and T2. Now we'll see the upper lateral cutaneous nerve of arm, upper lateral cutaneous nerve of arm, right? Its root value is C5, C6. By its root value only you can find out it's coming from the upper trunk. C5, C6 means nothing but axillary nerve. So axillary nerve, C5, C6. Its root value is C5, C6. So what it supplies? The lateral side of the upper part of the arm, right? Next you have the lower lateral cutaneous. So as you have seen here on the medial side, on upper and lower side you have two nerves. So even on the lateral side you have upper lateral cutaneous and lower lateral cutaneous nerve of arm. So lower lateral cutaneous nerve of arm root value C5, C6. It's nothing but coming from the radial nerve. So radial nerve C5, C6. So you know radial nerve is coming from which one? It's coming from posterior cord, right? So next you have the posterior cutaneous nerve of arm. So it will supply the posterior aspect. So this is posterior aspect, like means like this. So posterior cutaneous nerve of arm, you can see here it's on posterior aspect. It is also supplied its root value is C6, C7, C8, and it's also coming from the radial nerve, right? Posterior cutaneous nerve of arm, radial nerve. So it's only C5. Its root value is only C5. Okay, its root value is only C5. So we have completed the arm. Very simple. In arm, first we'll start from the upper side. So upper side you have the supraclavicular nerve. It's supplying the deltoid muscle and also the pectoral region, right? Next we'll come with the medial side. On medial side, first you have the intercostobrachial nerve. Its root value is T2. Okay, keep the root values aside. First we'll understand what are supplying. So this one is supplied by supraclavicular with the pectoral region by supraclavicular. Medial side, this one is supplied. Medial side upper half supplied by intercostobrachial, and medial side lower side supplied by medial cutaneous nerve of arm. Lateral side upper lateral cutaneous nerve of arm. Lower side lower lateral cutaneous nerve of arm. So very easy. Medial side first will intercostobrachial. This is medial cutaneous nerve of arm. This is upper lateral cutaneous nerve of arm. This is lower cutaneous nerve of arm. This is the supraclavicular nerve. Done. So with the arm we are done. Now we'll go to the forearm. So in forearm, what they are supplying? So forearm, on the medial side you have of course the medial cutaneous nerve of forearm, very easy, and it is in turn coming from the medial cord of brachial nerve. Medial cord means, you know, right, medial cord in the name itself. So whenever you see the word medial cutaneous nerve, medial means it is coming from medial cord. Very simple to remember. Lateral side by lateral cutaneous nerve of forearm. So lateral cutaneous nerve of forearm is coming from muscular cutaneous. If you remember, muscular cutaneous is nothing but the lateral cord. So lateral cutaneous nerve of forearm coming from the lateral cord of brachial plexus. Done. On the posterior side by posterior cutaneous nerve of forearm. So posterior cutaneous nerve of forearm, right? It is coming from radial nerve. Radial nerve means posterior cord. Very simple. Posterior cutaneous nerve of forearm from the radial nerve. That is a posterior cord coming from the posterior cord of brachial plexus, right? And one more thing we forgot about your posterior side is posterior cutaneous nerve of arm, right? It's coming from the radial nerve. So we have completed arm, forearm. Now we'll go to the hand. So in hand, what they are supplying? So mainly palm. Palm is divided into medial 1/3. This is medial 1/3. This is lateral 2/3, right? So medial 1/3, lateral 2/3. So lateral 2/3 of the palm is supplied by palmar cutaneous branch of median nerve. So median nerve supplies lateral side. Reverse. Actually you may think that medial nerve will supply medial side, right? But not. In palm it's reverse. Medial nerve will supply the lateral 2/3 and medial 1/3 is supplied by ulnar nerve, because the little finger, right? So ulnar bone, so ulnar nerve. Okay. Now coming to the dorsum of hand. Dorsum of hand, medial half, this one, right? Dorsum of arm, medial half including proximal phalanges is supplied by this one, dorsal branch of ulnar nerve. So this is supplied by ulnar nerve, this half of the fourth phalange half on ulnar side, till that it is supplied by ulnar nerve. Whereas lateral half including proximal phalanges of lateral 2.5 digits is supplied by superficial terminal branch of radial nerve. What they are saying, lateral half, this is lateral side, right? Lateral half including proximal phalanges of lateral 2.5 digits, this is supplied by our radial nerve. So this is radius side, right? This is ulnar side. So here radial nerve, here ulnar nerve. Remember, on the case of fingers. But in the case of palm, lateral side is supplied by median nerve and medial side is supplied by ulnar nerve. In the case of fingers, here ulnar nerve, here radial nerve. Okay. Now we will see the digits, right? So they are saying dorsum of hand, right? Sorry, we are mistaken. This is palmar side, this is dorsal side, right? So palmar side, laterally it is supplied by median nerve, medially it is supplied by ulnar nerve. On dorsal side, they are saying about this one, dorsal side, medial, lateral we need to see. On thumb side, it's always lateral. On little finger side, medial, right? So what they are saying, on medial half including this one, medial half including proximal digits, the dorsal branch of ulnar, here ulnar nerve, because little finger, right? Ulnar nerve. Whereas lateral half including proximal phalanges of lateral 2.5 digits is supplied by radial nerve, because this finger, thumb finger, right? So this is by ulnar, this is by radial, but here this is by median, this is by ulnar. Now we'll see about fingers. So digits, the palmar aspects in digits and also in dorsal aspect of middle. So and also distal phalanges. So lateral 3.5 digits, this 3.5 digits are supplied by median nerve, palmar digital branch of median, and medial 1.5 by ulnar. So same like our anterior surface palm, like this by median nerve, this by ulnar nerve, same digits also, this by median nerve, this by ulnar nerve, this also, this by median ulnar nerve, this by median nerve. But only in the dorsum of the hand the difference is this finger side is supplied by radial nerve and this side is supplied by ulnar nerve. That's it. So these are all the cutaneous nerves of the hand.